Hey, what's going on, everybody? Captain McCoy here with BassSoldiers. Let's talk real quick about lithium batteries. In my opinion, what is the #1 downfall of owning and running a lithium battery?
Before we really get into the meat of the video, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, like and follow our channel for more information on how to bass.
There are plenty of videos out there that hype all the positives of owning and running lithium batteries, and no doubt they are pretty awesome. Let's talk about the dark side of owning a lithium battery. Other than cost, because they are very, very expensive to own, in my opinion, the #1 downfall of owning lithium batteries is having to ship them back to a manufacturer when they go bad. You better be running a brand that stands by and has a phenomenal warranty. A lot of these companies offer 10 years, 12 years, even up to 15 years warranty. But guess what? All of these batteries will break at some point. I've had 4 batteries go down in the last year. And the problem with the lithium is once a battery goes down, I can't just remove it, take it to the big box store, swap it out, and then be back on the water. Nope. I have to use all this that you see here. Big box, pallet. Check out this picture. This is exactly what it takes to ship one back to a manufacturer. You need to have a hazmat certificate, and if you don't, it gets very expensive to ship it back. You can see right there, you need a hazardous material certificate in order to ship a lithium battery. I've seen the bill of lading for what one of these costs to ship back. Upwards of $1,200 to ship one of these back if you try to ship it back yourself. That manufacturer that you deal with better stand by their product and ship it back to them when they have issues, because they will have an issue. If you run lead acid battery and you have an issue with one of your batteries go down for your trolling motor or for your cranking motor, if you have a lead acid, guess what? You can go to an auto parts store, big box store, take your battery in, swap your battery, and be back on the water within a few hours. Not so with lithiums. Unless you buy from a big box store, their particular brand, most box stores do not even carry lithiums. If you have a manufacturer ship you a battery, guess what? You gotta ship it back in order to get it repaired. Now, as a professional angler, I need to be on the water the very next day. I got customers that are scheduled. I don't have the ability to have downtime, and I get it. For some of you that a week downtime is no big deal, no problem. But the problem with having a lithium is when they go bad, you can't just bring it to your big box store, swap it out, and get a new set like you could with lead acids. If you run a brand that is nowhere near you or not in a box store, you're going to have to ship it back, which means some downtime. Now, I recommend going with a reputable brand like I did. And when you go with a reputable brand, they will pay to ship that battery back if it's a warranted issue. And in this case, this company has a policy, a drop ship policy, where if you have a problem, they will drop ship you a battery right then and there, no questions asked. All you got to do is ship it back. You place a $100 deposit to do that, and then they will refund that once they get the battery. So use a reputable brand. One of the reasons that these new batteries go down is a lot of these companies run a BMS, or battery management system, inside their battery. So if you get a spike of voltage, or if your voltage goes too low because you drain that battery too much, it'll go into shutdown mode. Now, there's a way you can get it out of shutdown mode, but if that BMS system goes bad in that battery, which is oftentimes the case, then what happens is the manufacturer has to reset that battery or repair it. So you have to go through the shipping back and forth to that manufacturer when you have a BMS go down. Now, I'm not trying to dissuade you from owning a set of lithium batteries. They are great. I'm just trying to warn you of the pitfalls of owning a set, and having some downtime when you have to replace a battery is a major pitfall in my opinion. Now, if you just happen to have a brand that potentially comes from a big box, and there are some big box brands out there, then that's maybe one of the things that you may want to consider. Because if the brand that you deal with is out of state or has no replacement close by, then you're going to have to deal with the shipping and return. And that company better honor your warranty. I know of some companies out there right now that make you ship them back on your dime. And trust me, over $1,200 to ship one of those back with a hazmat certificate is not something that is easy to swallow for most people. Look, I run 4 batteries. 1 for all my electronics, 3 for my trolling motors. If one of those batteries go down, I can play around with my configuration, move one to support the others. But generally speaking, you need to have a spare. For those of you pro anglers that need to get right back on the water, what I recommend is always having a spare lead acid battery around. Now, even better if you got spare lithiums, great, but it's expensive to carry a spare lithium. So what I recommend is keeping a spare lead acid battery on standby at all times. So if you go down, you can swap out that one battery that goes down, get you back on the water temporarily. It works fine. That'll get you a few more days before as you're waiting to get your new battery shipped to you. Now, I know your favorite pro is touting why you got to run that lithium and how awesome it is to run a lithium, but I'm trying to tell you the truth. I'm trying to be completely honest with you. Everything breaks, and at some point, so will your lithiums. So having a company that's reputable and stands by their product is so important, especially when you're going to invest that kind of money on a battery. So if having issues with downtime and it taking a week to get a new replacement battery from a company is something that you don't want to have to deal with, then you may have to stay with lead acids. But if you want all the benefits of a lithium, that is the major downfall, in my opinion, of running a set. Just trying to keep it real here, folks. Trying to make it so that you can make educated decisions on your purchases. Thanks for watching. Tight lines.